Hi, my name is Mehram Nasehi, and today I'm going to present the operation management in simulation game of mcgrew. So basically, in our first slide, which is introduction, I'm going to present about the simulation game of mcgrew in practice operation, which simulates the challenge of running an apparel manufacturing company. I assumed the position of operation management and was required to coordinate decision on production, suppliers, forecasting, capacity, and human resources. The simulation demanded decision making under pressure and gave virtual hand-on introduction to those concepts most important in operation management, such as tailorism, lean thinking, JIT, JIC, and capacity planning. Also, as far as the JIT and JIC, the capacity planning, I have planned to have first my experience of how to integrate operation function can be used to improve performance and competitiveness. So, on the next slide, I'm going to talk about the production process, which, as you can see, I have achieved my goal, and I have the network of 21,364. In the production process, as my first module, I focus on organizing production tasks based on customer requirement. I implemented tailorism by applying scientific structure approach to workflow design. Tasks were divided systematically, reducing unnecessary movement and boosting efficiency. I applied 4 of these modules, which was volume, variety, visibility, and also variation. Which on the volume, I increased the unit cost. I have increased the output to reduce the unit cost, and also on the variety, I have kept the variety low to maintain simplicity and predictability in scale. And the visibility, while I was operating the visibility, my operation was internal facing. I used performance dashboard to track progress and ensure transparency is delivering timeline. And the supplier relation. So on the supplier relation side, in the second module challenged me to source the raw materials such as cotton, denim, silk. By evaluating multiple vendors, I apply lean supply chain principle by selecting suppliers that minimize lead time, defects rates, and waste. Rather than choosing cheaper supplier, I prioritize trust and consistency, which aligns with Christopher in 2016, as he said, view the strong supplier relationship underpin agility and responsiveness. This was especially evident when orders needed to be received quickly to avoid production delays. I used the 5 performance objectives to slacks, which is quality, speed, dependability, flexibility, and cost. And also in the next slide, I'm talking about the bidding and forecasting, which is the practice operation, as I have achieved my goal, and then could get the certification of the quality of 100%. So in the bidding and forecasting, the third module, forecasting, taught me importance of aligning decision with demand forecasting. So I analyzed market trends to select with seasonal contract to pursue and ensure materials order matched forecasted needs. I initially implemented a just-in-time strategy to reduce holding costs. However, after facing delays due to lead times, I shifted toward just-in-case, which is GIC model, ordering materials earlier to ensure buffer stock. This strategy transition reduced the risk of the deliveries and improved control from fulfillment. Contract selection also impacted brand reputation by consistently fulfilling contracts early and with high quality, my reputation score improved, unlocking higher value bidding opportunities. This reinforced the idea of brand equity and consumer satisfaction, which are not equity, which are not marketing goals, but operational outcomes. This model closely mirrors real-world strategy where forecasting, supply planning, and delivery execution determine profitability. And section 4, which I am going to talk about, is about capacity and planning HR, which actually one of the hardest part for me to do it. And I couldn't achieve my goal, to be honest with you. I found it a bit difficult. But we had such a great improvement in other cases, so we can gonna talk through. So on the module 4, which was required staffing decision in production, shipping and receiving, I realized that in the receiving department, it led to the material delays, slowing production by relocating workers as contracts change. I improved throughput and avoided downtime. I also used capacity planning strategy, specifically the capacity leader strategy, prepared for resource in advance to meet expected demand. This was reinforced when I was upgrading machinery to reduce production cycle. I applied Kaizen by reviewing performance and tweaking staffing level and equipment between rounds. My decision reflect of how strategic capacity planning, workforce optimization, and machine investment directly impact performance and cost and delays and deliveries. Sorry. And the next slide, we're talking about the sustainability recommendation, which is I have used my triple bottom line, which was people, planet, and profit. Which for the people, they can be trained existing workers to ensure high utilization and fair workloads. For the planet, they can choose suppliers that follow sustainable sourcing and use energy efficient machines. And for the profit, we can invest in technology like AI, forecasting, a lot of tracking, reduce error, waste, and delays. Additionally, a strengthened supplier partnership through long-term agreement builds trust, ensures quality, and reduces operational risk. This step improves sustainability while supporting competitive advantage in a digital-first market. So in the conclusion, this simulation game illustrates how operational decisions from supplier selection to capacity planning are interconnected. I developed a deeper understanding of a trade between cost, quality, speed, and how forecasting, planning, and real-time adjustment drive business outcome. Concepts like lean, Kaizen, and JIT became real through intensive experimentation. I now see operation not as support function, but as a strategy driver of value creation. And in my personal reflection, the simulation pushed me to think theoretically under time pressure. I learned how to poor condition lead to delays and losses, and how well-planned, data-driven decision improve efficiency and profitability. My ability to multitask improved. I had to align HR, supply chain, and production with changing contracts. I also gained appreciation for long-term supply relationship, capacity control, and reputation management. These insights are transferable to real-world setting. As I saw during my internship in a telecommunication firm, where HR coordination, inventory buffers, and process planning are equally essential for timely contract delivery. And here are my references that I had used, about 6 to 7 references for this task, and hopefully you like my presentation, and thank you for listening. Have a great day.